So let me turn this fan off right quick. Right fast. How's everybody on YouTube doing today? So anyway, got a little tip, let's say, from somebody about holding the camera. I always like to do it down here. I don't know why, but say hold it up higher. So we're gonna try that. Let me know what y'all think. Anyway, so today we're working on the old shadow here. We gonna take it back apart. Of course, I had an exhaust leak that I knew about that I want to try to get fixed. I got I actually have a couple exhaust manifold bolts that I've got to tap and fix. The holes got stripped out, so it's leaking around them. And let me show you what we got here that we get to put in the car that I've been wanting to do for a while and done some reading and research and stuff as far as the factory oil cooler. So let me show you what we got here. We have got an oil relocation kit, pieces there, and then with the oil cooler. And then in here is all the lines. It's got braided lines, dash 10 fittings, there. So I don't know where we're gonna mount this at. I don't know if we're going to try to, I mean, obviously we're not gonna mount it on the outside of the car. I don't know if we're gonna mount it up under there in front of the intercooler. We're gonna mount it over here in the fog light hole. Not really sure where we're gonna mount it, but it's pretty, it's blue. So anyway, let's get the hood up on this thing, get it propped up, and start disassemble. So see how far we can get today. I'm gonna take the stuff off of it, take the turbo off, make sure it's all bolted on good, and then I'm gonna find the holes that are in the manifold that are messed up. I'm actually gonna leave the manifold on it to help keep the drill bit true when I drill into it, so I can get it tapped out and everything. So anyway, let's see how far we can get today. Hopefully, maybe we can get most of it done, but I am, as far as getting everything drilled and everything, but I'm gonna run my oil cooler kit too, and I'll show you where I'm gonna put that at. So, and with YouTube magic, the turbo is gone. Just kidding, it's up there. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna helicoil this thing. Some people like to use certs, which I would, but I have helicoil, so that's what we're gonna go with. So these two bolts here, both of these bolts are stripped on the inside of the head. So what we're gonna do is drill into that with the drill. Whoop. And I marked it on the depth of the bolt, and that way I don't go too deep. And then we'll come over here. We got a little tap here to tap it, and then we got a little inserts with a little tool to put it in. So we'll get these drilled, and then we'll see if we can get them put in. What I'll probably do is drill them and then take the manifold off and cut them. Plus this way, with drilling them on here, it'll help keep the shavings out of the head, which is not a huge deal. We could get them out or put, if you had this off of it, you could plug the holes up, paper towels, fabric, whatever you need to do. But that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna use the drill the holes, probably take the manifold off, use a tap it, and get everything put in. And while we got it off, there's my oil filter. So you know this thing's getting super hot right here at this manifold. Of course, the stock manifold stops here, kind of just comes across, and it don't go that low with turbo sitting there. So we're gonna take that off and put that the new relocation kit, and we're probably gonna relocate it to this rail, get it as low as we can on this rail, and then put the cooler up front. So let's get to work. All right, quick update. Look at there, y'all. Pulled the threads out of that one, which is this one here. So, yeah. Do that one too, I guess. What you think, y'all? Y'all think that's some of the reason I have a little bit of an issue? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of my exhaust ports leaking. All right, y'all. So, drilled the hole. we run, if it'll focus, run the tap in, and that's what you got so far. That's the threads with the tap. What I usually do is I run it in to cut it, and then I'll take it out, clean everything out, and then I'll run it in to make sure it all cleaned out good, blow it off again, and maybe run it in again if I had any little shards or anything in there. Just want to make sure you get the holes good and clean, so when you put these little Healy coils in, you're good to go. I didn't realize I'd already put a couple in this motor. So anyway, this tool goes in this way. You get that right down in there. You run that in there and you twist it in. That's your tool, and then you actually are going to want to break that end piece off. Luckily, it's in a hole that doesn't go anywhere. So, but anyway, you're going to want to break that end piece off so your bolt don't stop on that. I think this one will be fine leaving it on there, but I'm gonna go ahead and break it off. It actually has another little tool here you can run in there and break that off with. So yeah, so let's get these in here. All right, y'all, here. That one's in. That one's in. So we get that on. But I also did figure out, so not only was my exhaust manifold leaking, for some reason, this is a brand new wastegate, for some reason it decided that it wants to be stuck open. So we're gonna pull it off, see what's going on with it, see if we can figure it out, and go from there. And yes, that's my crappy welds. But anyway, let's get this off and see if what we can figure out here. All right, so we got the wastegate apart. That is cleaned out because I cleaned it. This is what it looked like where it seats up. So hopefully it just had a bunch of carb in it. So we're cleaning it, hitting it with some 1500 to clean up. And after we hit that 1500 to clean up, we'll install it back, put it back on that, blow some air through it, see if it seals. So hopefully it's just because it's got carbon built up from being so rich. So let's try it. All right, y'all, so we got it back together. So what I was doing is I was blowing air in here to see if it was going to bypass the seat for the wastegate that I was showing you that I was saying. It was like the plungers here. This piece goes up against it. That was the dirty piece that I cleaned off, and I wet sanded it with 1500. Actually, I say wet sanded, but I used carb cleaner to clean it while the carb cleaner or brake cleaner was still wet. Sanded it. So anyway, and got this put back on. It does have a small gasket here, but not here, because here it has the seat. It has that tapered seat here, and here it's got a gasket. Wait a minute. There. It's got a gasket. Got it put back together. I blew air in there. I can show you right fast. It's probably going to be loud, but oh, yeah, I'm sitting in here. Sorry. Yeah, I got Crocs on. Sorry. But see, it's not passing any air up through there now. Before, I could blow in there, air in there, and it would, like, you could feel it there, and it was blowing dust out from the top up there from all them. So the pull that y'all seen, this was when y'all seen that pull that I made, or Shadow made, whatever, pulling the car, this was actually already starting to stick open. So it was making boost, but it was very, very, very slow. If you look back and look at the logs, it was if you look back and look at the logs, it was making boost very, very, very slow. Yeah, it made wastegate pressure, which what it was set on, but it took it all the way up to 6500 to make it, and it shouldn't have, because before, the first couple times I run it and it was running rich, it would actually make boost and be in full boost by like 5,000 or so. So it was in full boost by 5,000 on this. When I made that pull out here in Mexico, when I made that pull, it didn't make full boost, or it didn't make, you know, the full PSI, wastegate PSI, until max RPM was like 6,500 RPMs. So between the header leaking where it was, which was Healy cooled you seen, and the wastegate being the way it was, I was losing a ton of exhaust gas, so it wouldn't spin. It wouldn't spin the turbo to make boost. So no matter how hard I was on it, it was just not making boost. So we got that fixed. We're going to start on the oil cooler probably tonight. I don't know if we'll get it done. We might get some of it tore apart, but I'm going to set this out of the way. I'm going to set that out of the way. and start messing with that oil cooler and see what I can do there. See where I want to mount everything. See how I want to do everything, and just kind of go from there. I'm gonna jack the car up because I know I'm gonna have to put a drain thing underneath of it because the oil filter is gonna leak a ton of oil out. So, or I say a ton, but it's gonna leak oil out. So anyway, let's get this thing jacked up. Let's get the oil filter off, and let's start on doing this oil cooler kit. See how far we can get. I really wasn't planning on starting on this thing tonight. I was really planning on starting on it. Had my air hose. I was really planning on starting on it tomorrow, but we do have some plans tomorrow morning that we got to go do, and then I need to work on that thing some more. So let's get it jacked up. See how far we can get tonight. We are going to get this thing finished this weekend. Hopefully, if everything goes well as far as the oil cooler kit. If it doesn't go good as far as the oil cooler kit, I can always just, leave it off, put it back like it is. But I don't know. Anyway, let's get to work. All right, y'all. You want an update? So, show you what we got done so far. Got that piece put on. We got that line. We got one loop. Run in. I cut this out, which eventually we're going to cut all this out. I would like to cut it off and tube the whole front, but eventually we're going to cut all this out anyway. But for tonight, we just cut this out. So mounted that right there. That's where the oil filter is. It's super easy to get to. If you look under here, it's tucked up. It's not low. That piece would hit before anything. The tire does not swing in that far, so we're good there. And it's very accessible right there, so good to go there. The oil cooler we kind of messed around with, we're going to put it in there. So I'm going to run one line right through here, right around, hook in, and the other line will hook there. We'll probably go through that hole and maybe try to run it up through here somewhere, or might even run it down across the bottom and up and around. I'm gonna go ahead and fasten this down here. Some steel tapping screws, I guess. So go ahead and mount that in there, and then run my lines and see how the plumbing goes as far as that. But she's coming along, y'all. She's shabby. These lines, I'll probably eventually redo them. I did see where some people actually leave a loop in them. I don't really know why. Maybe to hold a little bit of oil in the lines or something like that. So I don't know. But anyway, let's get this rest way put together. All right, y'all. We got music playing. I had to put it on mute. We got it mounted. The hoses are too long. I'm gonna go back and redo the hoses, but I won't have to redo the hoses underneath. Let me just show you. So I won't have to redo the hoses underneath here, which is the exhaust manifolds here, turbo and all that, mess is there. So I won't have to redo those. All those are tight, good, but the hoses are so long. I don't know if they plan on putting this on like a station wagon or what, but so I got my hoses long. I got my cooler mount in there, so I'm gonna go through one day and shorten up a couple of these hoses. This one I might not shorten up too much because it's about right. This one here, this one needs to be shortened, and this one needs to be shortened. So I'll probably go through and shorten those hoses one day. But anyway, we got the oil cooler on. I got to put my radiator back because I had to do that so I could run my lines, get my lines through there. And then I can put my radiator support or my thing back on, and then we'll put the exhaust back on. So yeah, let's get it. Whew. All right, y'all, I'm done for tonight. So let me show you what we got done. Got some tidying up tomorrow, but realistically I've got one thing I gotta do tomorrow as far as finishing up this project. I still got to put the wheels on. I haven't put the wheels on yet. Obviously I've not put the wheels on yet, but I got my oil filter in there, got everything mounted, got my hoses. It's a mess, but I'll clean this up. I want to get this shortened up, cleaned up. So please no hate in the comments if you do. Oh well, if you watch the whole video, you know we're gonna clean this up. I want to get this on, see how it does. But anyway, the original oil cooler is still on there. There's one bolt I don't have my light on, but there's one bolt down in there. That's in the oil pan. I can get it from underneath. I gotta take it out and put a bolt in it to plug it. Once I get that bolt plugged, and get the wheels on it, and put at least 1 quart of oil in it. And I got some oil, so I'm gonna put at least one quart, maybe 2 with the bigger cooler and stuff, and a lot more line, bigger line. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully this will give us a little bit more oil pressure, because anybody that knows anything about these engines do not have great oil pressure at all. I mean, even the recommendations on these, as far as the factory specs, is really, really low. Lower than I like, but you know, it is what it is, the factory specs. So it's gonna be it for tonight. I'm gonna go in here and go to bed, shower obviously, clean up, go to bed, and we'll finish it up tomorrow. So maybe in the next video. Today it's Friday night now, just to give y'all a timeline. It's Friday night now, so just to kind of give y'all a timeline. Hopefully we can finish this thing up tomorrow, Saturday. Maybe take it out and drive it, see how it does. There is one thing I want to do. Let me show you this. The AN lines are actually still fairly close to the exhaust manifold. I want to get some wrap and some heat wrap and put around those to get some of the heat off of it. Heat wrap that, and then eventually we're going to rerun this. I would like to come off the other side, make a front-facing intake manifold. All stuff's down the road, but hey, every little bit we do, we're getting closer. So yeah, we're getting there, y'all. Anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Thank you.